Charles Wayne Rouser Jr. was born on June 4, 1918, in Coraopolis, Pennsylvania. He was the eldest of 5 children born to parents Charles Sr. and Enid Rouser. His father was a master mechanic. The Rousers lived in this house on Highland Avenue in Coraopolis before relocating to Minneapolis, Minnesota, where Charles would complete his education. He initially attended Moon as a member of the class of 1936. In 1941, the clouds of war spread across the globe, and Charles enlisted in the United States Navy. Trained as an aviation radioman, Charles quickly rose to the rank of Petty Officer Second Class. He was assigned to Scouting Squadron 2 aboard the USS Lexington, CV-2, one of the most formidable aircraft carriers in the U.S. fleet. The USS Lexington, nicknamed Lady Lex, was a key player in early U.S. naval operations in the Pacific theater of World War II. By May 1942, the Lexington, alongside the USS Yorktown, was preparing for what would become one of the most important naval battles of the war, the Battle of the Coral Sea. The Battle of the Coral Sea, fought between May 4th and May 8th, 1942, was the first naval battle in history in which opposing ships engaged each other without being in direct line of sight. The battle was fought entirely by aircraft launched from carriers. It was a strategic response to Japanese attempts to invade Port Moresby in New Guinea, which would have given Japan control over the sea routes between the United States and Australia. On May 7th, U.S. forces struck the Japanese light carrier Shoho, sinking it. But the real test came on May 8th, when both the American and Japanese fleets launched all-out assaults on each other. The USS Lexington, along with the Yorktown, came under a heavy attack from Japanese bombers and torpedo planes. The Lexington took 2 torpedo hits and multiple bomb strikes, which caused catastrophic damage to the ship. Despite the crew's valiant efforts to keep the ship afloat, internal explosions caused by igniting fuel vapors led to fires spreading uncontrollably. After several hours of battling the flames, Captain Frederick Sherman gave the order to abandon ship and waited another hour and a half to ensure that all of his crewmen were off the ship before leaving himself, after which the Lexington was scuttled. Some 2,735 crewmen were evacuated and 216 were killed, including Petty Officer Rouser. Though the USS Lexington was lost, the Battle of the Coral Sea proved to be a strategic victory for the Allies. It halted Japan's southward expansion, preventing the invasion of Port Moresby, and marked the first time that the Japanese advance had been checked. It also set the stage for future successes in the Pacific, including the decisive Battle of Midway just a month later. Charles Wayne Rouser Jr.'s awards and commendations include the Air Medal, Purple Heart, Combat Action Ribbon, World War II Victory Medal, American Campaign Medal, Navy Presidential Unit Citation, Navy Good Conduct Medal, Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, and the Navy Expeditionary Medal. His name is memorialized on the tablets of the missing at the Manila American Cemetery in Manila, the Philippines, and on a cenotaph at Glen Haven Memorial Gardens in Crystal, Minnesota. To learn more about the USS Lexington and the Battle of the Coral Sea, check out the links in the description. This video was produced by just a few volunteers. To help them curate these historical stories of heroism, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to this channel. They appreciate your support.